some questions about Bloodstone Isle. And today with us, we have Lee Baldwin, who's going to ask me some questions.
Hello again. I think that the first question that I have about Bloodstone is if I am taking my character from 5th Ed, which, you sort of mentioned before that it is compatible, and I go into the world of LostLorn, I go to the place of Bloodstone Isle. What am I looking at? What's the world like?
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about the regions. So the first place that I personally experienced on Bloodstone Isle was called Freeboot Landing. And I have to say that it was kind of a shitty experience, if I'm being real. The first thing that happened was we were basically enslaved by the Iron Knights. So there's a stormhold at Freeboot Landing. And it is run by the Iron Knights, who are knights who serve the Sacra Prisma Church. And LostLorn does slavery is outlawed in LostLorn, including on Bloodstone Isle, but they have been given a exception because the people that they have are doing penance. You can tell how I feel about that. But interesting thing is Iron Knights have a lot of unique things about them. They're kind of rigid and strict in their religious codes. Like maybe, I don't know, I've heard of these things called paladins that might have similar attributes. And yeah, so the other thing that's really notable on Freeboot Landing is the Badlander station there, and that is run by Commander Jock, who always wants money, and he is missing an arm. And yeah, I kind of feel sad for him. He's drunk a lot. Sounds like he's been through a lot of horrific things on this island.
Sounds like a rough place. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a rough place. Yeah, for sure. Next place that is the Bone Dust Dunes, and the Bone Dust Dunes are really interesting because they are famous for their unique landmarks and peoples and the megafauna, and most notably giant turtles called crawlings. And what they are is they're very interesting. The Bone Dust Dune people live on their backs. They're giant turtles with like villages on their back, and they actually have a diving bell, so they can take the entire village with them under the sea to search for valuable things that they might find in the sea. The other notable place is the Temple Dryer. It was originally built by a people called the Bossaju. And the Temple Dryer is actually run by people from my own lineage, the Athenra, a different branch of Athenra. I'm a Shay, but they're run by a different branch. But yeah, it's they have famous glass blowers, and it's this kind of huge city that was kind of ruined. They call it the Shattered Temple, but there is Athenra cities there, and they're very interesting. One thing that I would say to avoid in the Bone Dust Dunes is the hunger pools. Hunger pools are home to giant eels called the Hunger, and they lure you in by scent, and they like to eat, as their name kind of indicates. It's kind of horrific, actually. The Blight Fens. So I haven't spent a ton of time there, but there are Bossaju, which are kind of, if you've listened to the podcast, Goran is a Bossaju. So he's kind of like a big caveman looking with vines and hair all over. I think they stink, but they're kind of interesting. They're very in tune with nature. Let's see. So in the Fens, they also have what's called the Belted Eton, which we can talk about more in depth when we talk about the interesting monsters and beasts that you might encounter, or peoples. And they are kind of a strange tribe of giants. Yeah, they're interesting.
Okay. It sounds like Bloodstone is like a pretty expansive and diverse place. I think that there's lots of cool character ideas you could get from just the island itself.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, there's Smuggler's Cove, which is, that's the pirate home base, which is really interesting. They have a lot of like little like bars made out of like ships that have been wrecked and broken. They're kind of a strange lot. I think a bunch of them might have the blight. But yeah, it's very interesting. You earn clout there by stealing from people, and that seems to fit my bill. That's my comfort zone. But very, very interesting. The other places that are the Bleakstone City, which I haven't been to yet, but I hear it's run by the Athenra. And there's a lot of like interesting lore around the beginnings of Bloodstone Isle there. It's kind of the stronghold, the rulers. Everybody kind of thinks that they rule the island, but I guess the rulers
about right.
Right? The Bloodrose clan, which if you read through, you'll learn about the Bloodrose clan and the secrets of why this island got cursed. But Bleakstone City is gorgeous, Athenra city, and there's a dark and a light kind of parts of the city. Like underground, there are the Dark Branch tunnels, which house Athenra, who are allied with the Shadow Vein, who are a cult that serve the vampires on the island. And above, the Athenra are kind of committed to serving the Bloodrose clan. The original founder of the island, the Baron Bloodrose, or Captain Jack, who was maybe the original pirate of this island. He was, he established this, and the Light Athenra are allied with them.
Okay. It's a lot out there.
I know. And then the last most interesting part is Mount Craw, which is where the Shadow Vein are located. And the Shadow Vein are vampires.
There's no two ways about it, huh?
Yeah. There's no easy way around this. They're vampires, and they're terrifying. They have all kinds of weird creatures like the Nameless that work with them, and it's possible that they might have some sort of sway over the Bodgers. I'm not sure, but they are definitely up to some bad things there. And their leader is the Night Queen, and rumor has it she was a pirate.
Oh, so that's where those vampires comes in. Okay.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the setting and the world, and there's lots of really interesting things to encounter and explore, and it's a swashbuckler paradise, I would say.
I can't wait to check it out.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Bye.
Bye.